Today I would like to talk to you about Azure cost optimization in 3 steps. The 3 steps involved in your strategy to optimize cost in Azure are define, control, and monitor. So define is about processes that you will put in place. Control is about tools in Azure that you can leverage for cost optimization. Then monitor is about gaining visibility on your consumption, your usage, and billing. Now let's talk about the first step, the define phase. When preparing to migrate to the cloud, it is essential that you implement governance policies for effective enterprise cloud management. An effective cloud governance policy will define the process for resource provisioning. You should identify someone in your organization or a few people in your organization that will have the ability to deploy resources, and you should also designate someone responsible for managing workloads in Azure. Your policy should also define the processes of budgeting, cost allocation, and chargeback, and it should enforce an asset tagging policy that will help you with the chargebacks and cost allocation. So you can mandate that each asset in your platform, your Azure platform, has that needs to be tagged with the project it's associated with, department, or application. Your governance policy should also mandate the use of metrics to estimate and forecast spending. Overall, cost optimization should be a well-defined strategy supported by your cloud governance policy. The second step of Azure cost optimization is control. How does your organization control its Azure spending? In this section, I will highlight a few of many tools that are available in Azure for you to take charge of your spending. Azure Advisor. Azure Advisor is a service that identifies virtual machines with low utilization from a CPU or network usage standpoint. You can decide to either shut down or resize the machine based on the estimate. It also gives you recommendations that I strongly advise that you act on, as they can be a good source of cost saving. Azure Dev, Test, and Pricing. You should be aware that Azure offers a discount for dev and test resources. You can save up to 55% on non-production resources. You need to also be aware of their storage tier. Azure Blob Storage pricing provides premium, hot, cool, and archive storage tiers. With several redundancy options. So you need to make sure that you are well informed on these options and choose what is appropriate for your project. Next will be the sizing of your VMs and auto-scaling. Azure provides a wide range of VMs with different hardware and performance capabilities. Remember that you only achieve optimal cost when all your VMs are utilized at 100%. So the goal is to try to get to as close at 100% as possible. And feel free to try different VM options to see what is the most suitable for your project. Lastly, I will mention the savings that you can get by using elastic databases. If you have databases on VM, definitely consider moving them to a PaaS model. In most cases, transitioning to Azure SQL Service will result in dramatic cost reductions. The last step in your strategy to optimize costs in Azure is monitor. As mandated in the cloud governance policy that we covered in the first step, it is very important that you use metrics and insights to look for any adjustments needed in your environment. Azure Cost Management is a free service that helps visualize and forecast costs and identify anomalies and find optimization opportunities. You can also use the cost analysis for budgeting and forecasting to proactively manage costs and drive accountability within your organization. Azure Consumption Insight is a connector for Azure Cost Management in Power BI. You can use it to get a more in-depth data analysis, and it also allows you to create custom reports and measures to better understand and analyze your Azure spend. As I mentioned earlier, there are many other tools and options that I was not able to highlight here because of time. But if you would like to know more on this topic or on Azure in general, please reach out using the link below. Thank you.